success lies in the implementation of what we have made or produced. So this was wonderful to hear that your school has used it so much, and I think I've learned a lot from you today in terms of the book, the virtual books that you were telling, and how beautifully you put to use. If I think if the Microsoft people were there, they would be kind of excited to hear these things, how schools are putting that platform to use. So I think that was Mrs. Alice from Lecole School of Pondicherry. They are definitely setting a benchmark for all schools and everybody to follow and to get inspired on how they can use technology. And she also finished with a nice quote saying that one step for us and a huge leap for a mankind. Yes, technology in the forefront could be a little intimidating, but nevertheless, when you jump the bandwagon, I think it really transforms the entire education system. So I thank your entire team at the Lecole School Pondicherry for those wonderful words of appreciation on School Skies and the team's portal and how you are using it. And with that, we will quickly move to our second speaker, Dr. Ajeeth Prasath Jain, who is here with us to share his valuable insight. And I don't need to introduce him. I think all of you know him. So ex-principal of Bhavans and ex-CBSE governing member and national awardee and a true technologist by heart and spirit and embracing technology at all times. So nice to have you here, sir, and over to you for your words, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pravina, and I sincerely thank Alice, the principal of the Study Local School Pondicherry, for taking all the participants really way in which every principal should know about what is happening in and around them. And today, actually, we were doing this webinar to tell the schools how we can make use of teams, how we can conduct classes, all that. But today, in the today's scenario, I will talk something little other than teams, how the schools has to be paperless school today in the present context. When we were students, we studied about before Christ and AD and all that. Now we need to define a new term, BC and AC, before Corona, after Corona. So today also I saw in a newspaper, in Tamil newspaper, there was mentioning about how we have to handle the our currency when you go to shops. So day by day things are becoming worse. Yesterday I was in a webinar with the Delhi people, and where one of the speakers is working with the MHRD and CBSE on various things, and she was informing us that MHRD is working on SOP after the schools are once the schools are open. What are the SOPs to be followed? Standard operating procedure. And also in Tamil Nadu, the Tamil Nadu government has appointed a high-level committee, and they are going to suggest to the government how we have to come out of the lockdown and how we can start the schools and what are the conditions, preconditions, post-conditions, all that the committee is going to suggest to the government. So everybody is working on that, and already the UNESCO has already sent a documentation on how the school should function post lockdown for in India. A beautiful document has come. So people are working on it, and I'm also working on it with the different governments. Now it is very, very difficult for any school to conduct any parent-teacher meeting hereafter, maybe for another 1.5 years. And also, I was told that we need to cut down our annual day, we need to cut down our sports day, and no more competitions in the school, and no drawing competition, this competition, that competition. The discussion what is going on is whether to call all the 40 students. There are only 40, as per the CBSE norms, there should be only 40 students. But in reality, we all of us know, some of us are having 43, 44. In some schools in Chennai, they have 65 even in LKG in one section. So I don't know how the SOPs are going to come and how we are going to handle it. So it is a high time for all the schools to go paperless, not only the teams for the children, but also in the administrative side, the school should go in for a complete paperless school. And even in the banks, if you go, there is social distancing. Only 5 people are allowed inside the bank, and the remaining people are standing outside. Only one person is coming out, then only the other person can go in. I experienced it by myself 2 days back when I went to my bank, Indian Bank. So therefore, for a working couple, it is not easy to go to the bank and pay the fees, etc. So the schools need to go in for thinking of finding the ways and means to make the school payment online. And and coming to the school and standing in the queue and pay the fees in the school counter, all that has to be reduced, or it may be curtailed by the government itself. So therefore, it is a high time for all the schools to completely go in for paperless, for which the school skies has got all A to Z, right from the application form till the transfer certificate, and in between, if a child's admitted in a class in LKG, once he goes out to 12, passing out to 12 by taking a TC, what all the procedures a child is undergoing, everything is customized, everything is digitalized. So, and I'm very happy that Alex has completely given the way in which he has implemented the school skies and the software, etc. So it is a high time for all the schools to look into that, making schools paperless and complete digital. And also now coming to the other part, conducting the classes. A few days back, I don't know how many of you have seen, in almost in all the Tamil news channel, the scrolling was going on at the down that the MHRD has announced 20 marks for the online classes alone out of 100 marks, and it is applicable for all the colleges and the universities. So, and the syllabus will be given separately for the 20 marks, which the MHRD will upload the content, etc. in the SWAYAM portal. So, and you know, MHRD is the ministry which is controlling both the higher education and school education. When they announced 20 marks for the colleges and the universities, how long it will take for them to announce for the schools? So I don't think we are far away for allotting some more marks for the online teaching. Online teaching has to become a household thing in every school. Therefore, to have this online teaching, we have Microsoft Team. And why I am advocating for that, we have seen these different notifications from Ministry of Home Affairs about some of the softwares which we are not supposed to use it, or even if we are using it, we need to follow certain guidelines, protocols. But it is very difficult to set up all the protocols by any school teacher. So therefore, it is a proven software which has got 41 salient features. I think Dr. Pravina will explain to you what are the salient features about the software team. And I suggest the schools, those who are not implemented any ERP solution, you need to, a right time has come for all of you. You need to talk to your management and find out how you can make use of the school skies and the teams and make your school a paperless school and go digital like Alice School. I thank Dr. Pravina for giving me the opportunity to share some of my thoughts, and whatever questions you have, you can type it in the message box. At the end of the session, we will answer all your queries. Over to Dr. Pravina.
Thank you, sir. Thank Dr. Ajeeth Prasath Jain for those wonderful insights on when the school is opening and how we could take to technology in a holistic way and how